Zimbabwe's finest radio. ZiFM Stereo.
And it's Messi! It is the cleanest of clean finishes from the best on the planet.
It's time for the biggest sports stories.
Liverpool, the champions of Europe, on top of the world.
The biggest interviews.
That such a great spectacle is ruined by such thuggish behavior.
And all the analysis right here.
He's the one player that has the arrogance to think that he can play in any stadium in the world and any pitch in the world in front of any player in the world and take them on.
Every weekday, it's my sport, it's your sport. It's ZiFM Sport. Let's join the team for the biggest show in the world of sport on ZiFM Stereo. My station, your station.
The Eagle has landed. Code name Loga. Real name Zdravko Logarušić. He is in Zimbabwe finally after being appointed 2 weeks ago. A man who has courted controversy in the press after he suggested that Zimbabwe may not qualify for Qatar 2022, the FIFA World Cup. It's a very good evening, Zimbabwe. This is ZiFM Sport on a Thursday. Short, sharp and sweet. My name is Mike Madoda. And with me in studio is Barry Menandi, the man behind the desk, our producer Sean Tafirinyika, as we pick apart the potential and the promise that is Zdravko Logarušić. Does he hold any hope for the future for the Warriors?
Hi, I'm Warriors coach Zdravko Logarušić, and you are listening to ZiFM Sport.
Sports with a difference. Z.
Now, yesterday we did promise you that we would be hearing from former Tottenham Hotspur manager Mauricio Pochettino, but the Argentine has been overtaken by events because we must hear first from the Warriors manager. In a first on Zimbabwe radio, you get to hear from the man himself as he spoke at his unveiling earlier this afternoon by ZIFA President Felton Kamamba. I did mention Barry Menandi is in studio. Barry, are you excited? The man, of course, we talked about him a couple of weeks ago. The man is now in Zimbabwe. The man will need to walk the talk.
He will need to walk the talk. I'm also excited by the fact that this is the one time that Croatia goes ahead of Argentina in the world of football because Argentina was always way ahead of Croatia. But nonetheless, I think this is a good thing for Zimbabwe football. He is here. He has been, as you quite rightly pointed out, he's courted controversy throughout the build-up to his arrival because of the statements that he made. Everybody has got to now wipe the slate clean.
Yeah.
And I think that's what he requested and what he asked for. He explained why he did and said what he said to the Ghanaian station and newspapers. And now we've got to say to ourselves, okay, fine, let's judge him on what he's going to do now that he's in country. So, excited, I'm going to say a little bit. I would like to see the work that he's going to do.
Obviously, he'll have work to do because Zimbabwe will be looking to qualify for AFCON. Zimbabwe will also be looking to qualify for the World Cup. The fans are hopeful. The media is expectant, and Logarušić will be expected to deliver. But the groups are not easy. For AFCON qualification, he's got the considerable hurdle of Algeria, and those two matches are coming back to back. He'll need to make an impression in those two matches if he's to get the media and the fans on side. And then, of course, there's the small matter of World Cup qualification, where in the group stage, Zimbabwe is up against the Black Stars of Ghana, as well as Bafana South Africa. And then there are the plucky East Africans of Ethiopia, who are unpredictable at best and can spring a surprise if we don't play well. So, Barry, he's got his work cut out.
He does have his work cut out. The great thing is that we haven't got long to wait because come March, Algeria will be arriving on these shores and we'll have to go across to Algeria. So, you of course, they boast the prodigious talents of Riyad Mahrez.
Yes, amongst many.
Yeah. It's a team that are the defending African champions. So it's a team that knows how to play it.
You've mentioned March.
Yeah.
Now, March, Barry, is just a few weeks away.
It is.
We are talking less than 2 months. And as you and I know in African football, preparation is key.
Yeah.
And when it comes to preparation, that falls on the doorstep of 53 Livingston Avenue, which is the headquarters of ZIFA. Can ZIFA deliver? I know we're going to hear from Logarušić, and he'll come out, of course, with fighting talk. He said a lot of very positive things during his unveiling earlier this afternoon. but a lot of it is dependent on the football administrators.
It is, and I think that already ZiFA has shown its hand, because I think there was lots that could have been done before he actually arrived in country. This man was ensconced in Croatia. That's maybe a pitching wedge, maybe a 9-iron from England.
Absolutely.
He could have at least gone into England, had a look at Marvelous Nakamba at his training base, gone across to Turkey, had a look at Teenage Khadebe. He could have done some work in Europe, and I think that the administrators have already shown us that they're not thinking futuristically or thinking long term. Thinking ahead.
And that's the one thing that the new Ghana coach is doing, isn't it? He spent the last couple of weeks in Europe.
Yeah.
He's been to Leicester, he's been to Crystal Palace, he's been to Swansea. Today, he's actually in Belgium at Anderlecht. He's running his eye over potential Black Stars, players that he may pick for our national team. And yet, ZiFA are sitting on their laurels.
Sitting on their laurels, and in truth, a man who was in Europe, a cheaper ticket out of Croatia, into England, into Turkey, has been lost. So that's a missed opportunity, but we're not going to harp on about that. All we're going to do is give the man a chance, and hopefully, like you quite rightly point out, the administrators are just as on board as he is.
Let's get to hear from the Eagle himself, Zdravko Logarušić.
First, thank you for all of you coming here, but let me start first. My English is not so good, but I'll try. And if you don't understand something, then we can try to explain. Thank you, Federation, for the opportunity to be the head coach of Barrios. And I know I couldn't do it by myself. That means the job, what we want to do is the job. It's not starting from me. That means I need proper support from my technical staff. I need proper support from players, proper support from federation. Then, what is very important, I need proper support from you. You are the one which will give feeling and which will rise support from the supporters. That's very important. If 5 of us will do it together, we can do it. But if we'll start to go separately, we will not do it. We should be the team. But you must be the one which will raise us up. Without proper support from media, which will give support, courage to support us, we can do it. We don't care who is Algeria, who is this, who is that. But we must create something what will give us result. About Zimbabwe, I didn't know so much. But last maybe a month I was following most of news, what I can find on internet. I was following players. I was following even my assistant coaches. Even I was following people around, even some journalists, which one is good, which one is bad, which one is young, which one is old. That means I tried to have as much information to adapt myself in this country quickly and easy. And I'm happy for this opportunity, and I will not disappoint you. But also don't disappoint me. You will see we're going to do it. You have talents up there. But I'll tell you a few things about me. Last 10 years I'm spending in Africa. To make success in Africa, first you have to respect African people. You have to respect African culture. You have to respect the way of living. You have to respect how they are suffering in their lives. And then when you give them respect, you can work with them. Also, I'm not coming here like Messiah. You don't know nothing, I know everything. No. I have something. But I have to take the best from you and to put it together to create something what is very nice. That is what is important for me. Second, most of coaches from Europe, that's my experience. It's not necessarily true. Most of coaches in Europe, they come with the programs, with training, with everything. But those programs, books and trainings doesn't work nothing in Africa. Because this is a different world. Different way of living, different culture, even different skin color. And then all of those things could not help you so much, can give you something. But you have to take the best from Africa, connect with something from Europe, and then you have result. And I was checking even those players outside. To tell you, I'm coming from Croatia. Croatia is a small nation, only 4 million people. And you know how many big players we have in big clubs. That means we live football up there. Even last year we have, I think, 8 coaches. They were national team coaches around the world. Now we have 5, I think. From 4 million people, it's a nice one. I finished my school 2001. That means 15 years ago I finished for Euro Pro license. And last more than 20 years I'm the head coach. That means I'm making decisions. Doesn't matter is it 3rd division, 2nd division, 1st division, but you have to make a decision. I came from far, from 4th division, 3rd division, 2nd division, 1st division, Premier League, national team. And then always I learned something which made me to be the coach. And I will not talk so much, but you will see how Zimbabwe team will talk on the field. That's most important. They will talk on the field instead of coach, because the signature of the team, how a team plays, that's the signature of the coach. That's the key thing. That's the signature of the coach. They will make my signature. Second, you couldn't buy me. You couldn't bribe me. And that means only your job on the field will put you in the team. Players, names are not playing football. Players are playing football. You have some players, they are in good form. They were in the good form 3 months ago. But now, as usual, their form is going down. And then that's the reason why we have 4 games per year. You have to see in the right time who can deliver now, not tomorrow, not yesterday. You must deliver now. Most of players, now I think I'm lucky. Maybe God is protecting me. Most of players of Zimbabwe now, they play in Europe, they play outside in South Africa. They are playing competitive games. And most of them are in the right age to play nice football. Not too young, not too old. And now just we have to put all of those things together to create a nice mosaic. And we will do it. You will see. That's all for me from the beginning. And give me a bit time. I'm not a magician, I'm just a coach. And I will do it. I will do it to make you happy. And do it for myself. I mean more success than all of you together. And I'm on the right place to make success. I'm in Zimbabwe. You'll see. In Gorma here I was 1.5 years. In Sudan national team already I was 2 years. That means already I found 2 things. What is it? Okay, let's make it step by step. Looks like some of you didn't come for football, to talk about football. Some of you still start to talk what's happened here or what's happened there. Let's make it very easy. As a white coach to survive in Africa, it's very difficult. Am I right? You know how many white coaches you have in local league or somewhere. 6 months, year and a half is very difficult. And I had my experience in Africa. Sometimes I have 6 months, sometimes a year, sometimes year and a half, sometimes 2. But from all of those, I picked up something to be better coach. I'm not the perfect one. In 10 years, I had good moments and I had bad moments. No one has fantastic moments. For example, let's make it some coach all of you know. Maybe Micho. Is Micho a good coach? Micho is fantastic coach. Now you can tell, he was in Zamalek 2 months. But Micho is good coach. that means for us to come in different continents, to work with in different environment and everything, we for sure in 10 years I made some mistakes. For sure in 10 years maybe I was deserved to be sacked. Maybe in some clubs where I was sacked, I didn't deserve to be sacked. But that's a part of the coaching life. Sometimes you're up, sometimes you are down, but you have to keep going. And I think after 10 years in Africa, I can, with all of those experiences, better I made mistake with someone else. And then the same mistakes I will not repeat here. I'm also growing as a coach. I'm also growing, and I'm still learning. And I hope, for example, I have to make 10 decisions. Maybe 10 years ago, from 10 decisions I had to make during the game, 5 of them were completely wrong. 3 of them okay, 2 of them fantastic. But now after 10 years, from 10 decisions I have to make, 2 will be completely wrong. That means I'm improving. And some mistakes I made maybe in Sudan, some mistakes I made in Simba, or in Gormahia, or in Ashanti Kotoko, that's the mistakes which made me better. I will not repeat it here. It's very important for me. Experience which I passed, to use it, to not make it here. That's the key thing. Why did I choose? First, before application, I checked as well Zimbabwe. I checked players, I checked national teams which played, and I couldn't see the reason why I should not come, especially because of the players. Maybe you put money first. You have coaches, they put money first. And you have coaches, you can lose something on small bridge, but you can get something on the big river, on the big bridge. And also it's a challenge. But check national team players, between 24 and 30 years old, mostly of them. This is fantastic years. Then you have players in Europe. Then you have players in South Africa and big clubs. Let me come, let me do the job. And I'm just really, I'm excited to start, and I know I can do it. And for example, when I was first generation in Croatia to get Euro Pro license when I finished school, I'm the only one which worked tactic. What does Zimbabwe need? What Zimbabwe players? To improve them a bit individual tactic, a bit group tactic, and a bit team tactic. I will try a bit. Football, you know, we have to mix football to be international. And I think from Croatia, which is really football country, I can bring some, how to say, sense or some pieces maybe which are missing in Zimbabwe to create something. Specific pieces, you know, in my experience in Africa since I'm here, I couldn't teach them skill. I couldn't teach them dribbling. I couldn't teach them how to take a shot or how to make a cross. But I can improve their game without ball. That's the key thing. The game without ball. Africans, they are gifted. I'm not saying now Zimbabweans are gifted. Most of African players, they are gifted. They have gifts from God because they play football on the street. They have skill, they have speed, they have stamina, they have flexibility. But let's improve the game without ball. If I'll improve the game without ball 10% on one player, 10% on the other player, that means in the 10 players, I have a 1 player extra. That means let's improve tactically a bit. Let's improve. I'm not asking so much. Individual tactic, group tactic, team tactic. If I improve even 10%, 15%, result must be better with talents which we have here. As a national coach, you don't work like in club every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I have them 4 trainings. Tell me, in 4 trainings, can I change their what is name, skill, or shot, or pass, or cross? No. But I can change something here. Give them confidence. Give them some tips which can develop them to be a bit better player. And then on those things I have to work. But to do those things, I need also support from here and support from you there, which will bring supporters of the stadium. Different parts of Africa, they have different players, not different players, different body structure and everything. Zimbabwe players, what I realized till now, or what I checked and everything what I can find, they are quick, flexibility, skill, good football age, and most of them they are starters in their clubs. And I think for sure we'll not go with some 1,000 crosses there because we haven't got big strikers which will do this and that. And They like to play football. But what I like to play, try to attack unorganized defense. And I think Zimbabwe, they have players from the moment when we get the ball, let's finish action in 5, 6, 7, 8 seconds. We have speed, we have skill, we have knowledge. Without so much tiki-taka, let's play quick football, aggressive football, and plus we have to improve if we can improve. I'm not saying like Mr. said there, like the job before me is not good. The job before me is good, but I will try to put a bit more to make us better. But if we can improve us 10, 15% better, not much, I'm not asking 50, 60, because I couldn't improve no one 60%. But tactically I can improve, psychologically I can give you confidence, and confidence from all of us, they can show the best what we can do. Which system we gonna play? Are we gonna play 4-1, 4-1, or 4-2-3-1, or this or that? It's also the type of the player we have to choose. Will be a bit difficult, but we have to see who can deliver in the right time. Who can deliver 25th of March? No, who was delivering 20th of February. Right player at the right time, in the right form, then we can form the system. All of those players are educated. All of them play, some in Europe, some in South Africa, some in Tanzania, some around. That means they pass lots of coaches, and they can adapt very quickly in different systems. And I haven't got doubt about those things, and I think we can do a good job. In football, you have game on the field, and you have the game behind the field. That means so many things are happening here, but so many things are also happening there. If Ghanaian journalists, for example, call me and say, "Hey, coach, we are favorites, you know what we can do," what are you going to say? Should I tell, no, Zimbabwe is favorite? No, you're favorite. Let you be relaxed. Don't pump your players on me. No. Let them be relaxed, let them be favorites, let them be good, we are just coming. Why should I need their supporters or their journalists to say, no, we're going to show you what we're going to do? Then they're going to pump the players, then stadium is packed, then we play against all of them. Let them be relaxed. When we finish the game, then we can talk. It's not necessary to talk. We just, usually what I like to relax the opponent. If you are going to fight, if you are like this, he will also be ready. Oh no, I'm calm. We have the weapons to play against anyone. And if I tell you, you're favorite, I'll make you happy. But wait for the game. Now, put yourself in my situation. You are the head coach. And I will meet players, I think, on the airport. Because most of players, they can get maximum 5 days off from the clubs, am I right? And my plan is, because we will come in different weather up there, different climate, we have to go minimum 4 or 5 days earlier to acclimatize ourselves. That means we're going to meet players on the airport, go there and spend maybe three trainings there. Will be just easy trainings, recovering, a bit tactic and this and that. But the trick is, Zimbabwe boys are professionals. Already I hope, will not be injuries, because in a month so many things can happen. And most of them are in much fitness because they play regularly for their clubs. We're gonna come. In the meantime, before that, I'm gonna prepare myself with our coaching team to see do they have weaknesses, what we can use as our weapon, and then we're gonna put tactic together for the tactic, put players together, and we're gonna play against champions of Africa. And I think each player of Zimbabwe wants to show how good they are. And I haven't got any doubt. We're going to go out there to play, but we'll not be naive. We are going to play. Not like Olympics game, to compete, to just be there. We are coming to compete. We are trying, we are coming to produce results. Give them respect, but not over respect. Full respect for them, but let's play football, 90 minutes. But in the meantime, we must, before we start to go to Algeria, maybe 19th of March or something, or 20, we have to prepare completely team for CHAN. And we have problems. First problem is no league, no competitive league. Second, we don't know in which kind of form, or can they be in any form, because it's the beginning of the season. Not many players will be in the top form in the beginning of the season. They are coming in top form maybe 6, 7, 8 or 9 to 10 weeks. That means also we'll be short with the time, but we will try to talk with the clubs to maybe from 8th of March to 18th of March to put players together 10 days to play 3 friendly games and then to have trainings together to try to feel as a team together. But not friendly games. Each player will play 90 minutes to kill them. 40 minutes. Let's try to, from the local players to, in 10 days, to create competitive team which can go up there to make result. For example, when I went with Sudan, I had 2 months preparation because in December I came and January was there, and then in February we started, and in 2 months you can change mentality, you can change the way of thinking. But in 10 days now we have to also do the job, and we will try to do the job, and we will do the job. Let's make it a bit simple. In the moment when I spoke with them, usually I should take someone with me. But you have advantage when you take someone with you. Also you have advantage when you have people which are already inside. For example, if me and my 2 assistants will come in this time, tell me what I'm gonna do. Even I couldn't pronounce your name. That means in this time I must depend of my assistant to give me a proper names, and then in very short time we have to see who can do it. I think we made right decision to take local coaches, and what I ask from the people from Federation, you must give me a loyal people which are soldiers of the country and which will give me advice, not the people which will, if I say something, they say yes coach. I don't need assistant who is saying yes coach. I need assistant who will say me, coach, this is idea, I can make decision, but explain to me what I am doing right or what I am doing right. About those coaches, I heard so many nice things about them. First, they know football. Second, their personality is very good. Third, we will see, maybe some of them, even I heard the first assistant, he has problem with the club because he applied for the national team job. Now he's assistant coach or this one. Let's see, can we solve, how we're gonna solve that problem. Then we have to see how things are going. But I think most of those people, they are mature people. They love football, they love their country, and my success is their success. And in this time, in this moment, I must depend on them, and I hope they're gonna do it with a clean heart. And if they will not do it with clean heart, media is there to tell them don't do it. For me, why should I fire someone? Let's see how things are going. For example, look at it, 5 of us in the room, and sometimes just for some of us we don't feel each other good. Let's start like this, then we will see how things are going step by step, to not rush in this decision or other decision. That's very, very important, because unity is what we need right now. Zimbabwe people, they are suffering a lot. Economic crisis, political crisis, family crisis, not much money, shortage water, shortage money, and let's try to put some smile on their face. Our job is try to make them happy on some way. It's not easy to live in Zimbabwe right now. It's not easy, because what I'm following, I'm seeing it's not easy, and you had better days, but let's try to make them happy on some way. And they like football. In Croatia, for example, let me say in Europe, in Croatia, you see talent, flexibility, speed, good with the ball, but maybe he can go to basketball, to handball, to water polo, to tennis, or to play computer. And then from 10 kids, you have 2 talents, and you never know where they go, in which sport. But with all of those skills in Zimbabwe, where are they gonna go? In football. That means I have pleasure to take talent from talent. From 10 talents, I have to take the best one. Maybe in my country, from 10 kids, 2 of them are talented, but maybe they will go to play basketball or handball, or water polo, or tennis. And what I say, with those talents here and with proper support, we're going to do it. Let us support us.
Z.
The Warriors coach, Croat Zdravko Logarušić, speaking earlier today at his unveiling by ZiFA. Now, our producer was there and there was a buzz at the launch, our producer says, but Barry, he'll need to create a buzz with the fans because those are the most important people. We need to be playing in front of full houses if we are to create that atmosphere that can settle the type of opponents that we are expecting in Zimbabwe. Now, the disaster, Barry, that Logarušić thing I think initiated was when he came out and suggested that we might not qualify for the World Cup. He's tried to make amends by giving an explanation, and the explanation centering on the fact that it's mind games. I'm just trying to ease our opponents and make them think that we are an easy bite.
Yeah, no, don't buy that. It doesn't.
Why
wash.
do you say that?
It doesn't wash. Here's the deal. I'm being as fair as I can. I think the Zimbabwean fan is a little more educated than that. Yes, fine. Do play your mind games, but I think at that time there were so many other things he could have said. He had no obligation to please the Ghanaians, and he opted to please the Ghanaians and make them think that they're bigger than they are. Is that going to impact the Ghanaians in terms of their preparations and how much they're going to come fired up for the Zimbabwe game? Well, we can already see by their preps.
They're not listening to us.
They're not listening to us. So, in truth, that doesn't wash for me. What's going to wash with the fans and what's going to wash for everyone in the studio, everybody who possibly is looking at his work, is what he does on the green grass. And that's going to be important. He's going to have to turn the fans by playing well. Full house, most definitely. He's got to please that full house.
Okay, let's continue this conversation on social media. Remember, you can get the show on YouTube at ZiFM Sport. You can also follow and interact with us at ZiFM Sport on Twitter, and in our individual capacities at Sean Tafirenyika, at Barry Menandi, as well as at Mike Madura. This is ZiFM Sport on a Thursday. Unfortunately, we have to go, but we'll leave you with a bit of music, our play of the day, Throwback Thursday.